Hi guys, welcome back. I'm back. What did I tell you guys? Really trying to stay consistent with this vlogging thing. So this is how my second week went, and I am studying fashion marketing at Blanche McDonald. So for Monday, the classes we had were content creation and ethical and sustainable fashion. So for content creation, it is an online class. So we all went into this classroom and pulled out our laptops and got onto Google Classroom. Then we started discussing some things about our next assignment. And we also went over how to do presentations. How to do presentations and not bore out your audience, which is really useful right now because I hope I'm not boring you guys. So that was that, learning how to do presentations, and also just like learning how to do grammar properly. And I did not say that in a proper grammar structure. After that, we had our lunch break, and basically I went to Holt Renfrew with my two other classmates slash friends, and we walked around. And if I'm being honest, that was literally my first time being inside Holt Renfrew and seeing all these designer brands in one building. And every month I go through a style crisis or an aesthetic crisis. And basically what that is just me changing my aesthetic every few months. So I fear my next style change may be designer brands, which is gonna be super expensive if I make that change. But anyways, foreshadowing, I am wearing the Skims bodysuit right here. This is gonna sound so dramatic, but it's honestly life-changing. But we'll get more into that later. We were walking around Holt Renfrew looking at all the designer brands and what they had out for this season. And then we got back to school after an hour, and then it was time for ethical and sustainable fashion. And if I'm gonna be honest, I don't remember much from that day because I was literally sitting front row where the teacher could see me, and I had my head back, eyes closed, mouth open, dead asleep, which is kind of embarrassing. At least I didn't drool though, I hope. But I do remember us learning about poor working conditions. It is honestly really sad that the fashion industry isn't really changing much to fix that. And then we also have a research assignment for that class. All the work is starting to pile up. It's only the second week, but it's starting to get real really quick. So that was basically it for Monday. Then Tuesday was more fun, I would say. So the first class we had that day was costuming for TV and film. One of our more fun classes this semester, and we also got our first assignment for that class as well. So we basically pick out a piece of paper from a Ziploc bag, and I got the word flight attendant, and other people got different things like lumberjack or Arabian Prince or flapper, or I don't know what else is there, but basically different people positions or people with very distinct wardrobes. And basically we have to research about what goes okay, I literally cannot explain this for the life of me, but it's basically if we were to style a character, for example, I got flight attendant. So if I were to style a flight attendant for a TV show or movie, what kind of things do they wear? What colors, what garments? Do they wear a skirt? Do they wear socks? Do they wear a hat? What their hairstyles what they usually look like. So stuff like that. And then we had our lunch break. And then after our lunch break, we had art and technology. So for this class, it was super interesting, but we were basically working with Photoshop again. And for that day, we were working on how to use the blur tool and how to do masking and how to work with layers. So we basically used Rihanna as our model, and we basically had to change her eyeshadow from purple to a different color. So I changed her eyeshadow from purple to green using masking, and that felt like such a long class to get through. And it is a 4-hour class, but when you have 20 students in one room on computers with all of them having different skill levels with technology, it can be a really long class to get through. So I'm sitting there just like waiting for us to move on to the next step. It's nothing too advanced because I do have a background in working with Adobe softwares because I used to go to Emily Carr School of Art and Design for 3D animation. So I do have a basic knowledge about how to use Adobe software, which is good. And then after that, I went to go eat my bae. My bae being body... My bae being Body Energy Club. I don't even know if that sentence made sense, but I love Body Energy Club. It's my new thing. Like, I'm obsessed with it. It's my new obsession every time I go to school. But I do limit myself to buying one Body Energy product per week because it does add up. Every product is like 10 bucks, whether it be food or a smoothie. But my go-to order would probably be a matcha collagen because it has all the good stuff in it. It has like collagen peptides, it's matcha. Even though it really doesn't have a taste, I think it's because of the avocado that's in it, but it's not very flavorful. But I don't really like getting anything else because I feel like matcha collagen is one of the healthier options. So it's like, why would I get anything else that's worth my money if it's not like top tier healthy? That doesn't make sense. But anyways, and I got this delicious wrap. It had like sweet potatoes, spinach, quinoa, yam, and this other stuff. But it was super good and super filling as well, which I love. It was $12 though, which is kind of pricey. But it was healthy, so it's worth it in the end, I guess. But I really need to start making my own healthy food because I cannot afford to keep spending 10 bucks like 3 times a week just for a wrap or smoothie.
You ain't killed nobody.
The day that I said I loved you, you didn't say it in return.
Oh. Yeah, that was it for Tuesday. And then Wednesday, probably my favorite day of the week to go to school because we had public relations and events, and it's honestly such a fun class to be in. So last week, we had to make collages of our favorite things. I'll show what I did right here. And then those 3 pictures are my favorite artists, so that's why they're there. And then we learned more of what it's like to be a publicist and what they exactly do. And honestly, I'm actually considering it as like a possible career path, which is something I never expected because the word publicist just sounds boring. But it's like the more we learn about it, the more complex it actually is. And public relations is basically the people part of fashion marketing. It's more like getting people to connect with each other and planning events. And it's really like the people side of business. Oh yeah, and then we had to bring our own magazines to class so that we could flip through the pages and kind of like analyze them and identify what is an editorial, what is an advertisement, and what is an advertorial. What is an advertorial? And I did mention this in the last vlog, but I am super interested in possibly working for Vogue in the future, whether it be Vogue magazine or Vogue editorial. What I want to do, I'm not exactly sure yet, but there are a lot of career possibilities out there. Kind of nerve-wracking to think about, but it should also be looked at in a positive way, even though it's kind of scary to think about, because what if I'm jobless in the future? Actually, no. I'm not gonna put that energy out in the world, so I take that back. I reverse that. Anyways, yeah, so that was our only class for Wednesday. And then, oh my gosh. It hurts to remember how much I spent yesterday. I'm saying yesterday because Wednesday was yesterday. But anyways, I went with my friend slash classmate Joey back to Holt Renfrew. I was like hooked on getting a Skims bodysuit or just like a bodysuit in general. And I've been thinking of getting a bodysuit for like a while now. So I know if I don't get it now, I'm just gonna keep thinking about it and just buy it eventually. So I was like, why not just buy it after school now? Because I do get paid the next day. So it'll like cancel out. And that's exactly what I did. So we go to Holt Renfrew. I was looking for the Skims black bodysuit, the thong version, but they were unfortunately sold out. They did have the thong low back version. Oh, I also wanted the low back version. But they did have the thong low back version of the bodysuit in a nude color. And I almost got it because the nude look is kind of a look, even though you will look naked, it'll get people to do a double take at you. Like, is she naked? So it's definitely an eye catcher. But in the end, I just decided it wasn't, what's the word? It wasn't, but luckily they did have an extra small black bodysuit, but it is the brief version. So it's just like not a skinny piece of fabric for the down there. But it does its job. But I'm still super, super happy that I ended up getting it because I think it's gonna be really versatile for a lot of outfits. I can wear it with my flare Aritzia leggings and I won't have to worry about looking like a fridge anymore. And I can also wear it with sweatpants or jeans or any type of bottoms. You will look snatched. And it really does like your body, like it actually does the job. So it's so worth it. And I think the price is worth it because actually no, maybe the price isn't worth it because you can literally get a dupe off of Amazon. But I wanted the real thing, so I don't care. It's worth the price for me. I wanted an actual Skims product, so I just got the real thing. But if you want something cheaper that's not Skims but does the same thing, just literally hop on Amazon. Also, it was kind of impulsive buying it right away, especially since I couldn't try it on because it is a bodysuit, so it will be final sale and you're not allowed to try it on because your thing will touch the thing and you can't contaminate anyone else's thing. So yeah, and the size I got was an extra small, and this thing was like this big, like dead ass. It was like this big, and I was like, is this gonna fit me? But Joey stretched it out a bit, and she's like, yeah, it'll fit. Like, especially if you're going to the gym, you're gonna probably lose weight and it'll fit and snatch you right up. So I just got it and ended up spending $140. But it's fine because I'll just get paid and it'll cancel out. Hey guys, okay, so I'm gonna test out wearing the Skims bodysuit for a full day at work. I'm gonna see how it feels like. And right now it's giving me like the ultimate wedgie. Like I've never felt a wedgie like this before. I am never going back to Aritzia Contour. And if you think about it, the prices are relatively the same. Like I used to think Skims was like $150 and up or like $200. But their bodysuit, I would say, is like the same price as an Aritzia bodysuit would be. Maybe a little more expensive, but you get so much more for the price. Like it cinches you that much more. So I think it's worth the price in the end. Or maybe I'm just gaslighting myself. And I'm wearing it underneath, just like that. It's pretty ironic since I low-key hate the Kardashians, and yet this might be the start of an addiction to their brand. I will see you guys later, and hopefully my skin doesn't end up burning down there. And today is that day, I forgot. So I'm actually back from that shift. If I'm being completely honest, it did give me a wedgie, and it would like chafe in between my thighs, and it was super uncomfortable. It felt like it was cutting my skin, so I had to like adjust it constantly. But that was like the first few minutes of wearing it out until I realized how to wear it properly. Like you really have to like put it, you have to like just position it in a way up there to make it not chafe in between your thighs and kind of like cinch it in. And then it was fine. There was no chafing. Although it does stretch, it still stretches up. So it kind of like gives you a wedgie still, but if you can tolerate it, then it's fine. It's nothing too uncomfortable, so I was able to like get through it and not change out of it. But I'm still super happy with my purchase, and I will definitely buy another one. I wish it came in white, but maybe this time I'll just buy a dupe off of Amazon because another $140? Maybe not. No, thank you. But basically, that is all I did this week. And thank you guys for watching and staying till the end. And if you want to see more and keep up with my school stuff, or if you're just interested in fashion in general, or if you're thinking of going to fashion school, please subscribe and like this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.